You guys, look at what we have here. Oh my goodness, my flowers are sprouting. My little flowers we got, they're sprouting. Even though it's been like non-stop downpour of rain lately. Oh, look, these guys are sprouting too. You can actually see it's a wee little sprout out of its little case. So I better kind of like dig a little hole. In you go, little one. Take root down there. Like, they were all buried real well and everything, but the rain has been so constant and so intense that I don't think, there you go, just a little bit. I didn't think these guys were gonna make it because I thought they were just gonna be pummeled to death. But look, we've got a newcomer. Two of them, technically four, but I don't even remember what kind of flowers these are because it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I put them in here. Unfortunately, all our sprouts have not fared so well. Hang on, come on, focus, there we go. They've not fared so well out here. They've all killed over. But that's okay because these guys were too spindly, so I'm gonna clean it out and then we'll put some new seeds in there to try to enjoy for whatever time we have left here. Because I really want to get a lot of the native, like, flowers, a lot of annual flowers that'll come back year after year over there, so that's my goal. But it is early in the morning and I have a goal every day before I start work to do a bunch of chores just to get your mind stimulated. Variety is really healthy for you, and to step outside. That's a big step outside barefoot for a few minutes, and I think that really helps start my day off on a great note, especially when I get to find new seedlings, so that's so awesome. But yeah, so thank you for letting me babble about all the health stuff yesterday. I feel so much better today because I feel like I hope I'm not like killing you with the glare on the sun. I feel like I can like focus on the things I need to for my health, but somehow being able to just declare I need to focus on these things makes you feel so at peace that suddenly you have all this energy to do everything else. So I'm actually getting ready to record Jurassic Park Builder and Zoo Tycoon 2, which are late for today. And then I'm also getting ready to record the side quest for zoo crafting. And like I said, there's major changes coming up for zoo crafting, so it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. But yeah, I'm real happy. I'm excited. And I'm also going to try to purge at least a few things. I'm in a spring clean mood, and since we're getting ready to move, I'm like the opposite of most people. I don't want to do hauls. I want to do purges. So I want to try to cut down what I own by 50% before we move. So that'll be interesting. And let's see, anything else? Yeah, it's a good morning. So good morning, everybody. I plan on going walking later, so I'll bring you with me and we'll see what we can find. Because right here on our front porch, we found new sprouts. You guys, this kind of hubbubaloo and drama is so not befitting. I'm down here all day long with you every day, and they're totally fine with me, but the second I hold up my camera phone, they're like, oh my gosh, we're going to die. That little purple square box is going to eat us. You're fine. So here is Pumpkin, Ossii Jr., Starburst. There is Strawberry up in that corner. Strawberry and Pumpkin look very similar, but Pumpkin has a russet splotch on top of her head, and Strawberry has a red splotch on top of her head. They're not supposed to have head splotches like that, but my girls do. It's kind of hilarious. There's Persimmon. She's like, weird things are going on in this cage. Let me back into the old cage. No, you've got to stop laying eggs, and you wouldn't stop. But hello, everyone. They're freaking out again. Hello, and it's going great. I just finished recording an hour's worth of Zoo Tycoon 2. It was really fun. Now that the game is not crashing, I actually enjoy playing it again. And I love the great educational platform it is. So today it was all about capybara. I love capybara. They're the largest rodent in the world. They're just really ridiculously cute. I think the first time I learned about capybara, I was actually playing a game, and it was called Amazon Trail. And if any of you guys remember that, it was a very old school game. I might try to get my hands on it to record one day if it's allowed. And it's just I love the giant rodents and teaching people, okay, they eat mostly grass and aquatic plants. You know, and some of the facts that people might be like, ew, but they're facts of life. Like, they're kind of like rabbits and guinea pigs, where because they eat those really plant-based food matter, the cellulose-based food matter, they don't break it down the first time around all the way, so they'll eat their own poo to break it down again, which sounds really weird, but a lot of different animals do that because cellulose, the plant matter, has very hard cell structures, so to break it all the way down and get the most from the bunch of grass you just ate, sometimes the animals will eat it, they'll break it down part way the first time around, and break it down more the next time around. And there's a lot of animals that do that, and as humans, we're like, oh my gosh, no way. But as those animals, it's a perfectly adaptable function that utilizes the most out of the grass. Because you already ate that clump of grass. What if there's not going to be more clumps of grass? So you want to get the maximum amount of energy from one clump of grass. So I love that kind of stuff, and I love the research I get to do about these things before I dive into the game. And that's what's so fun, is being able to unite, like, oh good, the processing is done, but is being able to unite science and the real world, nature, biology, and these games in a way where it's very palatable for people to watch. So I love that I get to do this every day. This is amazing. That said, I need to clean up after these guys. Look at the mess. I vacuum up. I have a little hand vac, and I am constantly vacuuming this up all day long. You messy little crew. Why won't you hold still for the camera, huh? You need some fresh spray millet. Check it out! It's the most delicious lunch ever. I didn't ever know okra was so delicious until I moved here into North Carolina, where you eat okra breaded all the time and fried. But I love it the most when it's been sauteed. And you can actually see, look at all the strings. Ah, it's so slimy. A ton of people hate okra because it's so slimy. It's kind of an acquired taste, but I like to saute it until the slime all like evaporates off, and then I like to saute it a little bit longer until it is kind of crispy, and then it's so good. And I love the little okra seeds when they start getting crispy. Oh, they're so yummy. But yeah, that is part of my lunch. And then the other part of lunch, this is from cutting strawberries. The other part of lunch is these delicious little chicken things, which are actually not chicken things because they are vegan. So that's my lunch, and the loud humming noise is the freaking out freezer that needs to calm itself down. But yeah, the freezer is just going nuts, so maintenance is going to come by after they finish working on the water lines. We have no water right now, and so my habit of saving jugs and putting water away, which my dad like really ingrained into me, like I save almost all of our oatmeal jugs. Or oatmeal, yes, oatmeal, orange juice. I save almost all of our orange juice and all of our apple juice jugs and put them aside and fill them with water that I keep stored away in case we need water for emergencies. And that's a good thing, because look at this. Yeah, nothing. They're working on the water mains around our apartment complex and installing water meters and things like that. So there's a lot of places, like they have to turn the water off. Basically from 11 in the morning on the dot until anywhere from 2 to 3 in the afternoon. And at first I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. That's a long time to go without a drink of water or to wash your hands or being able to go to the bathroom comfortably. Like, wow. It has actually been a huge inconvenience. So every day now, once the water comes back on, I make sure that all of the jugs are refilled and put away so we can use them in the morning, which has been a lifesaver. It really has. Look at this slimy stuff. Oh my gosh. I love okra. This is going to be part of lunch. Probably going to whip up like more lettuce. I'll get some, or there's actually some spinach. Let me check. Yes, I see you. There's some spinach I need to eat that I have to get out of there. So I'm probably going to eat some spinach. Might toss some of those sunflower kernels, high in iron. High-ish in iron. Where's the iron levels? See, the thing is, the longer I do this, the more I realize I'm not really paying attention all the time to what's up at the top of the nutrient label. I'm looking down at the lower stuff, like, oh, 8% iron, a little bit of calcium, no vitamin A or C, you know, some of the healthy fats, but not the healthiest. I shouldn't even be cooking with olive oil. We have coconut oil, but I don't like okra and coconut oil. It tastes weird. But yeah, so that's kind of just what I'm up to. I'm making lunch. I have my gunners on because I've been recording and processing. We have the coolest new dinosaur in like the Jurassic Park builder game. It's a feathered tyrant is what they're called, and I think that they're just amazing looking. But today's been really great. I'm getting that itch. I normally get the itch. See, it's 12:56 in the afternoon, and this is about when I get the itch to go outside. So this is about when the itch happens that makes me go, I want out there in the beautiful day. So maybe after lunch, I'll go on a walk, or I'll just jump in the car. Darling's sick right now, so he would appreciate the quiet. I'll just jump in the car, and I think I might meet you guys at the green spaces next, so after lunch. So that's gonna be fun, and then I'll come back feeling rejuvenated, having done my little run, my little walk, and working on the health things. Because like I said yesterday, really focusing on my health and my health in general is kind of a huge deal for me right now. So I'm going to eat lunch and I will meet you guys outside where there's not noisy freezers and no water. I can't drink the water outside either, but at least I won't think about it when I'm out there. So I'll see you guys over at the park after this. Bye. Doo-doo. Hello everyone and welcome back. And guess what? I didn't go to the park. I went to the mountains and I'm feeling really good. I'm trying to keep my pedometer, my little heart rate in the range, so I have to keep moving. But I just wanted to take a moment to say I was feeling so sad and depressed about my weight because it's always been really high, and I want to know what I'm like when I'm fitter. I don't even care about what to wear or what people think of me beyond being a good mate to Darling, but that has nothing to do with weight. And like, I was so sad because I've always been super heavy my whole life. Mostly because we just didn't have good nutritional practices growing up. We didn't have access to good nutrition. And I was so sad because I was watching everybody go by the window and I'm like, oh, when will I look normal? And isn't that devastating kind of thinking? But it's the kind of thinking you have at this point. And I've had it before. And I don't think it's a bad or good thing, it's just a thing to observe and process. So, okay, gotta keep moving so my heart rate stays in the zone. But basically, on my drive up here I realized I wanted to come to the mountains to heal. I want to run to heal and to be challenged, and I think those are sometimes the same things. I think often when we're hurting, we think holding still and curling up will be what heals us, but that doesn't work with clamming up and not interacting with friends. Why would it work with your body? So, I don't know. You guys are going to see me try to obtain and then maintain a physical transformation over the next few months. And for some reason, having accountability to you makes me actually get up and go, no, I need to get to the mountains, I need to go on my run. And I'm out of my zone, so I'm getting it back on the zone. I just wanted to show you guys. The thing is, when you come outside, when you go out, when you go to adventure, this is the kind of amazing beauty you find. Look at these little guys. I think they're a type of trillium. Pretty sure here, let's block the sun with our body so we can get a nice picture of them. Look how pretty. I am pretty sure this is a type of trillium. Would I have seen this if I stayed inside? If I stayed feeling sorry for myself? Look at all the fern fronds! There's little baby fern fronds everywhere, you guys! Oh my gosh! Look at these. No, I wouldn't have seen this if I stayed inside. Just moped and felt sorry for myself. So, I guess the moral of the story is don't mope! Don't mope and don't give up. Because I'm going to do my best, like I said, to try to initialize some changes with my body. I'm just discouraged because I've never not been heavy, and I would like to be fit because I want to be a wildlife biologist who gets to explore the world. And you gotta be a certain level of fitness for that, no matter what. I'm trying to focus on these things, that's why I'm talking and like, there we go. Beautiful fern, thank you. Okay, I'm out of my zone now, but look at all these. Hang on, I'll focus it again. Focus. There we go. Look at all these fern babies coming up. That's beautiful. Alright, back to my run, but I will be recording some of this for Saturday special, so you might see duplicates. Like, fern babies are just too cute. I've got to record this. Curses, I'm really out of the zone now. But that's okay. We'll get there. And we're gonna see what else is waiting for us. So I'll see you guys in just a bit. And this is how we enjoy downtime coming back from the hike. Checking on what's going on Jurassic Park Builder, talking to Ben on Skype about what's going on in Dinosaur World, and a nice cup of orange juice after a good snack of rice Chex so I can get my iron in for the day. Yay! Orange juice really isn't like the best for you, but it's just the easy way to get my whole requirement of vitamin C to help me get all of that iron in my system, since it's hard to get my iron in. But yeah, so hi guys. I sit at my desk when I record. So I sit up there when I record. You can see my picture of Yogg's Castaworthian's character from Black Rock right there. You can see the picture that Joe sent me right there. Pictures that other people have sent me are all over the place. My koi mermaid up there. My lovely finches. But I sit on the floor with like a pile of pillows, and so I can move my legs a lot and I can stay like more mobile, because sitting or standing too long is bad for you. But this way I can sit and I can stretch my legs out and I can kind of just do work at this little table. And when I am not recording, then I'm either standing up there. I put books under my, like those books actually back there under my computer. I'm either standing there and recording, or I'm right over here and recording, because I can like do random yoga poses. I really do, sorry. I really do like break out into random yoga poses, because it's important to stay moving all day. And once you start paying attention to how much more you move, you want to find whatever is comfortable but moves the most. And for me, that's sitting on the floor when I'm doing like replies or processing videos. And it's something I started recently after I listened to a podcast by where Katie Bowman was being interviewed. And she's done some really amazing biomechanical research. She's a biomechanist who does research into how our bodies need movement as a nutrient. And she was like, I don't have any furniture in my house. I got rid of the couch, I got rid of the table and the dining table. They have a low cut table that they sit down to eat at, and her whole family as a result is really, they're mobile, they're more healthy. Her boys have like monkey bars over their beds are on the floor. Comfortable, but on the floor, and they have monkey bars and like those bars, those like dangle rings, those rings you hang from over their beds. They can play like that when they wake up, and I thought that was cool. But I'm just rambling about random things now. I'm back from my hike in the mountains, and I feel much better. I was really anxious this afternoon. I was really like, my body is not normal, I don't look normal. And I felt like, oh, darling deserves better. And those are toxic thoughts. Those are as toxic as it gets for thoughts. If you have those kinds of thoughts, please let me hug you. Because those are toxic, toxic, toxic. And you don't want to put those in your life. Like, your lives. You just, it's not true, and it's not worth it. You may think like, oh, I deserve this. And I unfortunately thought, because I was so heavy for so many years, I thought that meant I deserved to be in a relationship before Darling that I stayed in for 10 years, and it was horrifically abusive, because I thought that I wouldn't find love anywhere else. And I knew what I had wasn't really love, but it was companionship. So I sold myself short, and 10 years of my life, a lot of bad things happened. A lot of bad things. But I was thinking about that on my hike. At first, I went into my hike going, oh, there's no hope. I'm never going to get fit. I'm never going to feel normal. I'm never going to feel like I can be truly attractive to Darling. And by the end of the hike, my head had cleared so much. I had been out where I feel at home. And I think I realized that when people say, do what you feel makes you healthy, for me, it's definitely that. It's definitely the sense of being outside. If I can climb a mountain and be in the forest and hike, I feel like I'm being healthy. So it's not so much like what I eat or how much I exercise. For me, it's finding the peace out there. And it means sweating. It means climbing over logs. It means splashing through creeks. And that for me is my healthy. And it was so wonderful that I was like, oh, I really have to record a Saturday specimen episode tomorrow. That's kind of a tongue twister. Saturday specimen episode. There we go. A specimen episode. But I knew I had to record a Saturday specimen episode, and didn't have any photos prepared, so I was like, what am I gonna do? Get my rocks out of the closet? I need to sort those anyway before we move. And I was like, no, I want to go on a hike. I want to take them with me on a hike. And at first I was just going to go to the park, and then I was in the car, and I turned to the mountains instead. A further drive, but I feel great. I stayed out there for about an hour and a half, which is just the trail I was on, and it was cool because I wore my polar watch, and my watch said that I stayed in my heart rate zone for an hour and 2 minutes. So if you cut out the recording time, or the time I stopped to take pictures, my heart rate was in the zone the entire time. And I found that my polar watch is so helpful because I push myself too hard. I think if it doesn't hurt, really hurt, then I must not be exercising. But thankfully, with my polar watch, it'll start yelling at me. It'll go beep, 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 if I'm too low on my heart rate or too high on my heart rate. So today I had to actually slow down. I actually had to sit down even though I didn't feel like I was about to collapse. But my watch was like at 170 and it's supposed to only go to 164 on heart rate max. So I was like, oh, it needs to calm down. I'm not in my zone. And so I just like sat down. I was like, okay. And I came back and I'm not exhausted. I'm not ready to pass out. I'm not hurting. And I had no idea that could happen. Like you could exercise. And according to the watch, I burned like 700 something calories. I literally climbed a mountain today. Like crossed creeks and over logs, and like I jogged back and forth, and there were trilliums blooming and ferns blooming, and it felt good. And like I said, when I got on the trail, I went in anxious and feeling like I would lose Darling's love because of how I look. And that's not true, and it's such a huge disservice to him for those thoughts to even sneak into any portion of my mind. But I don't think anyone else who struggles with their body image can say that they haven't thought that before. That, like, their particular mate, no, I don't think anyone can say that their particular mate, they haven't wondered, like, oh, I don't look good enough for them, or something along those lines. You know what I mean? Sorry, I just got, like, some weird thing popped up on my computer. So all I'm trying to say is that it hit me on the trail. Oh, you used to think like that all the time. You used to think you're ugly, so you don't deserve to be loved. And look at where that got you. That got you in a relationship that almost killed you, literally. And I look back and I see lost opportunity in all those years. Lost opportunity to polish and nourish the person that I've become, in a huge part thanks to this community, to the openness I feel at being able to share these things with the whole world. I don't have any shame or fear or hesitation because I know it's just part of life, and I know these little nuggets might help somebody, so I'm so public with it. So yeah, it was really wonderful to go out on that hike and go in anxious and worried and stressed and fretting about how much to eat and what not to eat and how do I look and all of those things. And to go be where I feel at home, among the ferns, the plants, the rocks. I kept looking at all the pretty little pieces of quartz and going, I wonder if I should collect these to send to people who send me fan mail. And it was great, and I loved recording what I did for the Saturday specimen episode. You can hear Osei Jr. singing in the background constantly. And I feel a lot more peaceful. I like the challenge of the mountains. I think that, like I was saying earlier, often you think, oh, I get to rest. If I'm hurting inside, I get to rest and curl up and sleep all day and watch marathon shows because I'm hurting and I need to heal. And there's other ways to heal, and they involve a lot of sweat and challenging yourself. And for me, privacy and the mountains, the forest, outside, away from people. It's just like it settles something back in place inside of my heart that I needed. And I feel good. So it's going to be a long time to hopefully see my body change. But again, now I feel good again because it's like, no, I want it to become more fit so I can be more active in the things I love. Not because I'm scared. Not because I'm ashamed, because I shouldn't be those things. So, yeah. There's my leafy day. My leafy day. There's my birdie birds. And I've been so serious the last couple days, but I hope that things will get more playful and adventurous as time goes on, because I feel like a huge weight has come off of my heart the last few days. So thank you for listening, guys. And it's about time to put these little ones to sleep, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.